On this day in history, dangerous discoveries in mailboxes across the state. In 2002, somebody put pipe bombs in mailboxes in at least 5 Nebraska counties. The FBI investigated this case of domestic terrorism that stretched into 5 states. 6 of the 18 pipe bombs found exploded, injuring 4 letter carriers and 2 residents. Authorities eventually arrested a 22-year-old man who said he was trying to make a smiley face pattern on a map. He was declared incompetent to stand trial by a federal judge.